Have you ever felt like your body is aging faster than your actual age? It's not about wrinkles on the outside, it's a feeling on the inside. Waking up with a stiff back, having joints that ache for no reason, or experiencing that persistent brain fog that makes it hard to focus.
It's a subtle but constant drag on your energy and clarity. You might blame it on a bad night's sleep or a stressful week at work, but it lingers. It's the feeling that you're operating at 70% capacity and you can't quite figure out how to get back to 100%.
Exactly. What if I told you that these seemingly unrelated symptoms, the joint pain, the fatigue, the brain fog, even skin issues like eczema or acne, all point to one single underlying culprit, an invisible thief that's robbing you of your vitality?
That sounds dramatic, but it also feels true for a lot of people. So, what is this silent enemy?
It's a biological process called chronic low-grade inflammation. And today, we are not just going to define it, we are going to give you a clear, actionable, and delicious battle plan to fight back. We've identified 7 specific foods that, when eaten consistently, act as your body's internal defense force, systematically cooling the fires of inflammation. This isn't about a fad diet, it's about targeted, strategic eating.
So, we're moving from feeling powerless against these vague symptoms to taking direct control through our grocery list. I like that. Let's get into the strategy.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Healthy Food to Eat podcast, the show that helps you make smarter choices in your everyday routine, especially when it comes to what to eat and what to avoid, one small habit at a time.
Before we equip our arsenal, we need to understand the battlefield. First, not all inflammation is bad. Acute inflammation is your body's heroic first responder. You cut your finger and the area gets red, swollen, and warm. That's your immune system rushing in to fight off bacteria and start the healing process. It's essential. So it's a short-term, targeted mission. The troops come in, do their job, and then they go home.
Precisely. The problem we're discussing is chronic inflammation. This is when the troops never go home. The emergency is over, but the immune system's alarm bells keep ringing at a low level. Imagine firefighters wandering around your house 24/7, constantly spraying a little bit of water everywhere. Eventually, that help starts causing mold, rot, and structural damage.
And that's what's happening inside our bodies. This low-level, constant state of alert is causing collateral damage to our cells, our tissues, and organs.
Exactly. And modern life is a perfect storm for it. Poor diet, chronic stress, lack of sleep, environmental toxins, they all keep that alarm ringing. Scientists have even coined a term for it, inflammaging, the process where chronic inflammation accelerates the aging process itself. Research from institutions like Stanford and Harvard has linked this process to nearly every major chronic disease of our time.
Okay, the stakes are high, but the premise today is that we have a significant amount of control, and it starts on our plate. So let's get to the toolkit. What's the first weapon in our anti-inflammatory arsenal?
First on the list, oily cold water fish. We're talking about salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, and herring, often abbreviated as SMAsh.
The SMASH acronym is a great way to remember them. We always hear about omega-3s. Let's go a level deeper. What are they actually doing in the body to combat inflammation?
It's fascinating. The omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, are the building blocks for powerful anti-inflammatory molecules in the body called resolvins and protectants. Their very name tell you what they do. They resolve inflammation. They actively signal to the immune system that the crisis is over and it's time to clean up and repair.
So they're not just passively preventing damage, they are actively orchestrating the stand down command to the immune system. That's a powerful distinction. What's the effective dose here?
The scientific consensus points to a minimum of 2 3.5-ounce 100 grams per week. Now, a key point, the source matters. Wild-caught salmon, for instance, generally has a more favorable ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids compared to some farmed varieties.
That's a great practical tip. Let's address a common concern, mercury. People hear fish and worry about heavy metals.
A very valid concern. This is where the SMAsh acronym is doubly useful. Smaller fish like sardines and anchovies are lower on the food chain, so they accumulate far less mercury, making them a very safe and potent source of omega-3s.
So, the strategy is to aim for 2 servings a week, prioritizing wild caught when possible and incorporating those smaller, safer fish. Don't be afraid of sardines on toast. They're an inexpensive superfood.
Next up, nature's candy. Berries. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries.
The vibrant colors are a giveaway that something powerful is inside. What's the key compound?
The color is the clue. It comes from a class of antioxidants called anthocyanins, which are a type of polyphenol. These compounds are cellular bodyguards. They work by neutralizing unstable molecules called free radicals that cause oxidative stress, a major driver of inflammation. Think of it as preventing the sparks that could start an inflammatory fire.
So, while the omega-3s in fish help put the fire out, the polyphenols in berries help prevent it from starting in the first place. What does the research say about quantity?
Studies have shown benefits from consuming as little as a cup of mixed berries several times a week. A notable study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that daily blueberry consumption improved endothelial function, the health of our blood vessel linings, which is directly impacted by inflammation.
Let's talk practical application. A common pitfall is berry-flavored products. Yogurt, cereals, snack bars, they often contain more sugar and artificial flavor than actual berries.
An essential point. We're talking about the whole fruit. Fresh or frozen, both are excellent. Frozen berries are flash frozen at peak ripeness, locking in their nutrients, and they are often more affordable. They are perfect for smoothies. A pro tip, because you eat the skin of berries, they are on the dirty dozen list for pesticides. If your budget allows, opting for organic in this category is a smart investment.
The third cornerstone of our toolkit, dark leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula, collard greens.
This feels foundational. What are the specific anti-inflammatory mechanisms at play here?
It's a multi-pronged attack. First, they are packed with antioxidants like vitamin C and beta-carotene. Second, they are a prime source of vitamin K, which has been shown to regulate inflammatory responses. And third, they are rich in minerals like magnesium. Up to half the U.S. population is deficient in magnesium, and a deficiency is a known trigger for a higher C-reactive protein, CRP, which is a key blood marker for inflammation.
That's a powerful combination. Let's discuss the raw versus cooked debate. Is a raw kale salad better than cooked spinach?
There's no single best way. Variety is key. Cooking can break down tough cell walls, making some nutrients like iron and beta-carotene more bioavailable. However, it can degrade heat-sensitive nutrients like vitamin C. The strategic approach is to do both. Enjoy raw greens in salads and smoothies, and also enjoy lightly steamed or sautéed greens with your meals.
And a technique for making tough greens like kale more palatable raw is to massage them. By working a bit of olive oil and lemon juice into the leaves with your hands, you physically break down the tough cellulose, making them tender and less bitter. It's a professional kitchen technique that works wonders at home.
Number 4 is a category of nutrient-dense powerhouses, nuts and seeds, specifically walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seeds.
This is where portion control becomes critical. It's easy to turn a healthy snack into a calorie bomb. A small handful, about 1 ounce, is the standard serving.
Absolutely, but within that small serving, you get an incredible payoff. Walnuts are unique among nuts for their high content of ALA, a plant-based omega-3. Almonds are rich in vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cell membranes from damage.
And what about the seeds? Chia and flax have become incredibly popular.
For good reason. Flax seeds need to be ground to unlock their benefits, but they are a fantastic source of lignans, another polyphenol with anti-inflammatory properties. Chia seeds are packed with fiber and swell up in liquid, which is great for gut health. A healthy gut microbiome is absolutely fundamental to controlling inflammation. Think of it as having the right security team at your body's biggest border. Let's discuss a common pitfall, the preparation. Many nuts sold in stores are roasted in inflammatory industrial seed oils and coated in salt and sugar.
A crucial point. You're looking for raw or dry roasted, unsalted nuts and seeds. Candied pecans are closer to candy than a health food. The strategy is to buy them in their most natural state and add them to salads, oatmeal, or yogurt. Our fifth tool is a golden spice that's been used for centuries in Ayurvedic and traditional medicine: turmeric.
The active compound is curcumin. What makes it so special compared to other antioxidants?
Curcumin is a potent anti-inflammatory that works by blocking a master molecule that triggers inflammation called NF-kappa B. It's so effective that it has been compared favorably to some anti-inflammatory drugs in clinical studies, but without the side effects.
But there's a major catch, right? The bioavailability issue. Our bodies are notoriously bad at absorbing it on their own.
Correct. This is non-negotiable information. Consuming turmeric alone, you absorb very little curcumin. The solution is its essential partner, black pepper. A compound in black pepper called piperine can increase the bioavailability of curcumin by a staggering 2,000%.
So the rule is simple. Wherever turmeric goes, black pepper follows. What about other ways to boost absorption?
Since curcumin is fat-soluble, consuming it with a healthy fat also significantly improves absorption. This is why it works so well in a coconut milk-based curry or a golden milk latte made with a fatty milk. It's a perfect example of food synergy. Number 6 is a family of vegetables with a unique superpower: cruciferous vegetables. This includes broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage.
Their unique power comes from a compound I've heard a lot about recently, sulforaphane.
Yes, and the way it works is remarkable. Sulforaphane isn't a direct antioxidant itself. Instead, it flips a switch in your cells called the NRF2 pathway. This is a master regulator that turns on over 200 of your body's own internal antioxidant and detoxification genes. So it's not giving you a fish, it's teaching your body how to fish for free radicals.
That's next level. It's about upgrading your body's own defense systems. We've talked about how overboiling destroys nutrients. Is there a pro tip for maximizing this sulforaphane?
There is, and it's a brilliant food science hack. The precursor to sulforaphane and the enzyme needed to create it are in separate compartments in the plant cells. They only mix when the plant is damaged, i.e., chopped or chewed. The hack is to chop and wait. Chop your broccoli or cabbage and let it sit for 30 to 40 minutes before cooking. This allows the enzyme reaction to complete, maximizing the sulforaphane you get even after light cooking like steaming. And our final foundational tool: high-quality extra virgin olive oil.
The emphasis is on extra virgin. What's the difference, and why does it matter so much?
Extra virgin means it's unrefined and cold-pressed, which preserves its delicate compounds. The star player here is a phenolic compound called oleocanthal. The amazing thing about oleocanthal is that it has a similar anti-inflammatory pathway to ibuprofen. That peppery sting you feel at the back of your throat from a good quality EVO, that is the sensation of oleocanthal at work.
So that peppery kick is a sign of quality, not a defect. Let's talk about the biggest pitfall with olive oil: fraud and improper storage.
It's a huge issue. To get the real deal, look for a few things. A dark glass bottle, light degrades the oil. A harvest date, you want the freshest possible. And ideally, a single country of origin. And once you have it, store it in a cool, dark place, not next to the stove.
And in terms of use, it's not the best for high-heat cooking like searing a steak, correct?
Correct. Its smoke point is lower. Its best use as a finishing oil, drizzling over salads, soups, steamed vegetables, or for light sautéing. This preserves the very compounds that provide the anti-inflammatory benefits. So let's recap the toolkit: fatty fish for resolving inflammation, berries for antioxidant protection, leafy greens for vitamins and minerals, nuts and seeds for healthy fats and fiber, turmeric with black pepper, a powerful blocking agent, cruciferous veggies to upgrade your internal defenses, extra virgin olive oil as a foundational healthy fat.
The key takeaway here is not about dietary perfection or restriction. It's about a strategy of crowding out. Don't focus on what you need to eliminate, focus on what you can add. When you consciously add a serving of berries to your breakfast and a large serving of leafy greens to your lunch, you naturally have less room and desire for the pro inflammatory processed foods.
It's an abundance mindset, not a scarcity one. The goal is consistency, not intensity. A little bit of these foods every week is far more powerful than a perfect diet for 3 days followed by a crash.
All right, here is your mission for this week. We're calling it the Anti-Inflammatory Breakfast Challenge. For the next 5 days, your goal is to incorporate at least 3 foods from our list into your breakfast.
It's easier than it sounds. It could be oatmeal with walnuts, flax seeds, and blueberries, or a smoothie with spinach, chia seeds, and berries, or even scrambled eggs sautéed with turmeric and black pepper with a side of arugula.
Get creative with it. We want you to see how easy it is to start your day on an anti-inflammatory footing. Share your breakfast creations and let us know your favorite combination in the comments.
And if you found this deep dive valuable, the most meaningful way to support us is to share it with one person you know who might be struggling with some of these symptoms. And of course, hit that subscribe or follow button so you don't miss what's next.
Thank you for listening. Stay resilient.